All right. Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon again, and welcome to section two of the Brand Visibility and Influence Summit. I am very excited about today. I'm not going to say so much. The first section was simply amazing. Ni Shoyinka shared his out, and he gave so many tips, so much tips on how you can reinvent and build your personal brands. There were seven, eight tips or eight keys that you can use to build your personal brand. Man, it was simply off the charts. Now, if you were not part of the first section, you can go ahead on the group right now and then listen to the first section. All right, this is going to be taken off the group, the community, and off YouTube in a few hours from now after this section. So ensure you do justice to that, and I know you're going to be you're going to be blessed for that. You're going to be really blessed for that. So we're going to go straight right on into the next section. Our next speaker is right in the room. Is right in the room. It is someone that I've admired from afar, and I've seen his work everywhere. Right? I've seen his work everywhere. I've followed him from afar. I've seen what he does. And I am very proud to say, to call him a mentor. Right? He's someone that is doing exactly what I want to do. Okay, so I want to really appreciate him, very grateful for the opportunity for him to share in this brand visibility and influence summit. And I believe that everyone who has decided to be part of this, your life will never remain the same again. This is the whole idea of this is designed to make your 2022 better than it was in 2021. Okay, than it was in 2021. So I'm not going to waste too much time. It's not me that's going to be doing the talk. I'm not going to be doing a lot of the talking, but I'm going to bring him right on into the room so that he has enough time to be able to give us to give us everything that he has planned to give us today. So this topic is something I'm very passionate about. All right, leadership and personal brand. There is a connection between leadership and personal brand. There's a connection. You cannot be able to be visibility and build influence if you do reinvent and build your personal brand to a point where you can be visible. Okay, so that's why I'm very passionate, and of course, he's going to be giving us very good tips today how you can actually not just build but position yourself to be able to grow your influence and visibility, not just locally but globally. So, right, straight on, I'm going to bring the phenomenal, um, one and only Pajoel, all the way from Ontario, Canada. I heard him speak the first time last year. I think moderated part of the career summit, and I was like, wow, I'm going to host him in a summit this year. So I'm so grateful to you, sir, for the opportunity to be here. So I'm going to bring it powerfully right now. For those who are joining in, please, as you're joining in, let us know where you're joining in from. From where you're joining from, just put your name, and the location, and let us know where you're joining from. And more importantly, as we bring on a speaker into the room, ensure, all right, that you whatever that he shares that is of value to you, put it on the comments. Let's engage. All right, let's give him the feedback. Let's give him a rousing welcome as I bring before us right now, Jamel Pajoel.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It's good
Thank
to
you.
have you here, powerfully.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you
so
so much, sir.
much.
Thank you so
It's
much,
so
sir.
amazing how technology is helping us to connect with people across the world and also giving us visibility and expanding our reach. Um, we have people in this room, right?
Yes, we
Are
have
you able to
people. We
comment?
have people in the community. We have people on YouTube joining us from YouTube and joining us on our Facebook
Awesome.
communities.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Irrespective of where you are connecting from, I would like you to understand that this section is very, very important, and we're gonna have a great time. All right. So we have someone from Nigeria. Okay, Chikodi from Nigeria. How are you doing today? All right. So, Mr. Terry, it's a pleasure coming um, on this platform to share with people something that I believe It's going to be a game changer to anybody who wants a different result in the year 2022, right? And I made a post recently on Facebook, and I was telling people that you can never have anything like 7 ways to success, especially with the kind of world we live in today. Is so unpredictable. But there's one thing that you can certainly do, and which is to prepare your mind in order to face any challenges that you may encounter, right? And just like today, Facebook announced that from January 1st, they will be taxing people who anybody who's running ad from Nigeria, you will be taxed 7.5% VAT. Now that's like one of it's already happening, and it means that in the year 2022, we should expect the unexpected. Um, Prior before COVID, none of us knew that COVID was going to happen. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to have a program here in Canada, and just before the program, COVID happened, and that affected the program. It affected different businesses, and people lost their businesses. And then we witnessed a surge, a rise in attention moved from most businesses that were not able to move online, closed down. Now, the reason I'm taking my time to explain this is for you to understand that this brand visibility and influence summit could be that prayer you have been praying to God all your life. Because without visibility, it practically means that you only exist, but you are not living. Now, I am one individual that have practically built a global brand from nothing into something. I remember the first time that I ever opened my Facebook account, and then I made a post. I was the first person to like my post, right? And why I'm bringing it up is to kind of let you know that I've had that experience in life. I've been at that point in life where from not being known to a point where I can literally not go to any country without knowing someone in that country. I need you to stay with me. From a point where I created a post, I made a post, and then I was the first person to like my post, meaning that nobody knew this guy, to a point where I literally cannot go to any country without having someone or knowing someone that knows me and someone who is ready to host me in that country. The point is this. You see, some people were born into a family where they had everything. And for people like us, we were born into a family where I was born into a family where feeding was by faith. If you know what that means. It means that when you wake up in the morning, you don't know where the next meal is going to come. You can only lift up your eyes to the hill from where comes your help. Now, from being born into a family where even poor people were calling us poor, to building not just a brand, but a powerful and a compelling brand, a global one. So it means that we are now living we are now living in a time where you don't have to even go and pay the TV station in order to advertise yourself. The traditional media. It means that from the comfort of your home, from your country, from your village, from your location, from where you are, you can be known. You can become a powerful individual. You can become a powerful a business person. You can become a powerful speaker. You can make so much impact in the sense that people will always look like as if you are there with them. I live in Canada, but I'm more influential than most people living in Nigeria. Down to my state in Imo State. You know why? Because from here, I command attention. From here, I command influence. From here, I make things happen. I'm building a foundation so that you can understand before I start sharing my slide. So that when we start teaching about branding and it's important, I won't be sounding like a motivational speaker to you. And for the record, I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't motivate people because motivation doesn't pay bills. You're going to get to a point in life when you realize that even motivation cannot sustain you in life. What will sustain you is your rugged spirit, your determination, your willingness to fight. You're going to get to the point where, there are 3 stages of motivation that you're going to pass. There's going to be days of no motivation, days of little low motivation, and days of high motivation. So what happens to the days of low motivation? That's a point where people get to in life and they commit suicide. And that's why I don't motivate people. I teach you how to eat challenges as breakfast. That's my job. My point is this, and I want you to pay attention as we go through this journey. Because without knowledge, some of us will still be praying for things that thinkers are creating. Knowledge, it's an acquisition of information. And information is a discovery. It's a journey into discovery. And the moment you know what other people don't know, you will have an edge. That's why knowledge is a combination of know and edge. And so what you know in life is what gives you an edge. And so this man speaking with you today at some point was a nobody. And then how did I get to that point where I am everywhere? And same as my wife, Dr. Linda. In August this year, when we came to Nigeria, right down from the airport, even the immigration officers were also, are you not Dr. Linda? Everybody. So at some point, we had to get some private security, because it's almost like everywhere, and like we couldn't go anywhere without somebody saying, I know you. There is something about visibility and influence that needs to be leveraged upon in order for you to advance in life. And that's why this section is very important. Let me build one more foundation before we go into slide. It might interest you to know that we are no longer in industrial revolution. We've passed that stage. We are no longer in that information revolution. We are now in social revolution. Everybody go ahead and type it. Social revolution. What that means is that if you are a leader and you are not social, you are going to lose the integral factor that makes you an effective leader in today's reality. And so, leadership and the way we lead has changed. Everything has changed. The system of education has changed. And so did the way we lead. And so if you want to be a leader and be relevant in this dispensation, you cannot do without becoming a social leader. You cannot wake up and say, social media is not my thing. I've met some people and they said, oh, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on LinkedIn. I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be known, I just want to do my thing. Well, the truth is, human beings were never created for isolation. We were created for interaction. And so you cannot become an effective leader if you are not interacting socially. You cannot become an effective leader if you are not interacting with people, if you're not engaging. Before this section, I was on Instagram. I just saw a video of Untitled page, and I think it was during a talk show or something. Him and Olamide, and he was just learning the latest dance step and all of that. Now, Tony Lumili, as an example, is one person that you can practically say that he understands this generation. He understands the time and season. He understands the dispensation that we are into, and you can see him intentionally trying to interact, engage with this generation, because the generation we are into, they practically sleep and wake up on social media. So right from the comfort of your zone, you can command influence. I need you to write that down. Right from the comfort of my home, I can command influence. I can make impact, and I can make more income. Right from the comfort of your home, you can command influence, you can make impact, and you can make more income. Right from the comfort of without leaving your house. The truth is, I live in a very big house in Canada, and sometimes 1 week, 2 weeks, I don't step out because the house is so beautiful, so comfortable. But right inside that house, I am commanding influence. The topic I want to share with you today, it's going to be around something that has been given to me to share. The amazing thing that is even one of the topic so I've had this slide, like it's one of the topic that I teach on leadership. So you're just privileged that I'm going to be using that slide today to teach you, so that you can see the connection between leadership and personal brand, so that you can understand that if you want to be an effective leader today, you cannot say social media is not my thing. It must be your thing, except you don't want to live, you just want to exist. We are the most blessed generation because we have access to what our forefathers never had access to. I remember those years where when I went on Facebook, and then I started searching for people who are already doing the things that I wanted to do. And then I remember vividly connecting to people, somebody in UK, somebody in US, I was just connecting. And when I connect to them, I will introduce myself and leave the message. And the moment they reply, I pick it up from there. Friends, that was how I met this woman. And for 2 years, she was following me online. I never knew that the person I was dealing with is so powerful and so influential that with just a phone call, I got an invitation. So I'm going to take it back a bit. And so one day, I told her that I was coming to the United States. And while on the phone, she was asking her PA, do I have time? The PA was telling her, "Ma, you don't have time, you're busy." And she said something. She said, "No, I must see Jamie." And then she gave me an invitation. And then when I got to the building, that building, if you're not a senator of the United States, you cannot go to that building, enter that building. She's not a senator in the United States, but she lives in the penthouse. She has over 200 staff working for her. Why having dinner with her? And she said, "Jamie, I have a gift for you." Why I was wondering, okay, maybe she's going to give me a book or she's going to give me something. And then she brought out her phone and she made a call. before I left that place, I got an invitation from President Bill Clinton. The next day, I was invited on a VIP escort to New York. That was my first time of meeting with President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton one on one. Not that she was speaking or they were sitting at the front, I was sitting at the back. I met with them. If you go on my LinkedIn, you will see that picture. I left it there because I want my children and every other young person to wake up and realize that with with a little branding to yourself, you can command influence, you can make more impact, and you can make more income. Time may not permit me, but as we go, I'm going to touch into different areas. Anyone that you think that is so valuable to it, run with it. Everything I'm going to say today is not going to make sense to you. And trust me, you do not need everything I'm going to say today to be successful. You only need the right word. So let me go ahead and share my slide and then we continue. Mr. Terry, can you give me access?
You have access, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You have access.
Hold on. Just a moment. Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience. I'm just going to see how this is going to work. I don't know what you're seeing there. Let's see. Sorry.
So you need just the window of the
Okay, the window.
just that window of your slide, as in if it's PDF, Adobe, or whatever, just when you click, not the full screen.
I see. Okay, let's try this one again. I'll pick the window. Oh, great. I've seen it. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to go and make it awesome. All right, so I'm just going to go straight to. All right, so this was the picture I was talking about, and it was in 2018 here. And just after that, I was also invited at John Hopkins University to deliver a lecture on leadership. That same period, I also got a leadership award from the state of Michigan. The young man you are seeing there is the youngest state representative in the state of
So
Michigan.
what we're saying is the instructor.
Okay, what's happening?
Because I know that slide. So maybe make it full screen and then put a particular slide you want. So what's there now is the
Okay,
instructor.
okay, just a moment. Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience. And we're going to do this again. Let's see. Just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. So if I move it around now, can you see it? Are you able to see it,
Yes, we can
Mr.
see it
Terry?
now. We can see it. Yes, yes, we can see it.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just gonna move it straight to.
All right. Cool. Awesome.
You're
Great.
able
Now
to
we
see
see
it
it.
now, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. All right. So,
So,
friends, this is the picture I was telling you about, and this was during the red carpet picture, and this was also me and President Bill Clinton. And then just after that, I was invited at John Hopkins University as a facilitator. And just the same year, I also got a leadership award from the state of Michigan. So this young man I was talking about is the youngest state representative in the state of Michigan. I am still hoping that one day we will begin to have young people as this. He's 24 years, and and then this get me after this visit, I was very much concerned about the leadership class and the age bracket we have in Nigeria. May God help us. Now, we're going to be going into what I called leadership and personal brand, still in line with the topic that I was given. And if this was to be a physical class, I will have asked you to do something for me, which is to go on Google and put your name. And but if you can still do that from where you are, I will encourage you to do so. Now, the whole idea of doing this is to for you to put your name on Google and see what is going to come out. Now, to some individuals, I've noticed that the only thing Google has documented about them is their Facebook page, their Instagram page. Nothing significant about the work they've done. Nothing about them. Now, it might interest you to know that we are living in a time whereby you are talking with somebody, they are checking you out immediately. I may not know for other persons, but for me, I've hired people from here. As I'm interviewing you, I'm checking you out. I'm checking all your social media platform because you know why? When you go on Facebook and you want to write, Facebook would ask you, what's on your mind? So the content that you put out there or that people put out there is a reflection of who they are on their inside. And so just by going through your activities, it gives an impression, it tells us who you are, how you think, how your mind operates. And as the leaders, we can make quick decision immediately and decide on what to do, whether we want to hire you or not. I know of a particular guy here in Canada, right? And what made him to he lost a job interview, and that was because of during background check, they went to his social media and the kind of content they were seeing there, they felt that no, this guy is going to bring a disrepute to our brand. So it's important that if Google has nothing to say about you, let me tell you something. You see, everything we do in life, it's we have to be intentional about that. What I mean by that is that you don't wait for things to happen. You can intentionally decide to make things happen. You don't want to wait till the day that Punch newspaper will grant you an exclusive interview. You can pay Punch newspaper to put your content online. You don't need to wait for the day several media houses will gather and you will become so successful and they will come after you for interviews. You can intentionally build a brand in such a way that by the time people put your name on Google, they will have so much more than enough to make a decision. Let me tell you this, friends. Uh, um, if your work cannot speak for you when you are not there, you don't have a voice. I want to write that down. If your work cannot be found and therefore cannot speak for you when you are not there at the boardroom, when decisions are being made, then you don't have a voice. Why some people are looking for job, some people job are looking for them. I belong to a network of HR people, and then because I interact with top HR professionals in Nigeria, to some of them, you see organization trying to bring them. Why to some people? Why? Because these people have built a powerful brand that they no longer need CV. In fact, they are the CV you need. So if your work cannot speak for you when you are not there, what that simply means is that you don't have a voice. And when nobody in the boardroom can vouch and say, I know him, and you cannot be found anywhere online, then it means that you will have to work extra hard for things that people are getting with ease. The population of the world is increasing day by day. It's so crowded. Millions of people are doing the same thing you are doing. Millions of people. So the competition is no longer local. The competition is now global. Because somebody in Canada is competing with the job you are bidding for in Nigeria. Somebody in Nigeria is competing with the job people are bidding for in US. The competition is now global because with technology, someone else can do your job from the comfort of your home. In a crowded place, what will single you out is your personal brand. Now, when I talk about personal brand, I'm not talking about the logo. I'm not talking about your letterhead. I'm not talking about your complimentary card. We're going to get to that. But the message here is very simple. Number one, you have so many people doing the same thing you are doing. Number two, the competition is global. Number three, with technology, someone can do your job right from the comfort of your home. So you have got to push yourself and separate yourself and stand out from the crowd. What will separate you and set you apart is your personal brand. No matter how crowded a place is, if Oprah Winfrey stand and speak, she will be distinguished from the crowd. She will be noticed. It's might interesting to know that leadership brand, it's your personal, how your personal brand plays out in the social process of leadership. I'm going to explain this. People will buy into you, into your ideology, into your philosophy as a leader before they can even buy into what you're offering them. You see, the leadership brand of a leader is so important in the sense that it can be a two-edged two. It can make you and it can mar you. I know that if I present to you some leaders right now, and I just say, "Do you want to follow these persons?" Some of you will say no, because the interpretation, your understanding, what they represent to you is not something that looks like what you want to do, what you want to associate yourself with. I've been to places where people literally introduce me by themselves, even without me introducing myself. Because again, that brings us back to what I said before, your social presence. Because people are watching. I can tell you this for free. People are watching you. Every day by day, you are building a brand without knowing. If you want to try this out, just do this for a few months. Every week, just bring a table, Bring bottles of beer, even if you're not the one that drank them. Bring them, put them there. And just start talking like a drunkard. Before you know what's happening, people will consider you as that useless man. That's a brand. So every day you are building a brand. Everyone is a brand because whatever you do leaves an impression. Your words, your action, your attitude, your appearance. There's a guy in Lagos called, is it Adebola Lagos, if I'm correct? And anytime you see him, he will always wear his white agbada and red cap. That's his signature. And so, for me, when I was invited by that woman for a dinner, I went there dressing on suits. And she said to me, Jamie, had it been that you came here without wearing suits, I wouldn't have allowed them to bring you in. I was like, why? She said, because that's what I know you for. Branding. Who could have thought that somebody somewhere is taking notice about the things, about my appearance, about my words, about my actions, about my attitude, about your ability to engage other people? So everything you do leaves an impression. Leadership brand is how you want to be known by those who interact with you every day. To Nelson Mandela, it was about courage. So his leadership brand was courage. To some other people, it could be empathy. For Barack Obama, it was empathy. Donald Trump had a leadership brand. Yeah. I do, you do, we all do, because everything we do leaves an impression. And your leadership brand, it projects you in such a way that it's something that projects you in a way that even when you are not there, people can still feel it. How you respond to your staff good morning every day matters a lot. It creates an impression. How you treat your nanny, your gate man, matters a lot. Everything you do leaves a brand. And that's why as a leader, you must be careful about your actions and your words, because they leaves an impression in people's mind. And hear this, there is something I teach about leadership and impression. Impression is it has to do with people's reality, their own reality about you. You don't have control over people's impression about you, but you do have control over the reception you give to people. Hello? You have control over, Mr. Terry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, sir.
You don't have control over people's impression about you, but you have control over the reception you give to people. And hear this, people will interpret things based on the reception they receive from you. So if you want to create a powerful leadership brand, you have to control the reception they receive from you. If the reception is bad, they will form a negative impression about you. If the reception is good, they will form a good reception about you. One thing I can tell about political leaders in the United States and Canada and United Kingdom is their response to issues. And that has created a good leadership brand for them. So anytime anything happens, before you know what's happening, the United States, the president will do a press release. In Nigeria, when things happen, you will hardly hear the governor or the president make a statement. Remember what I say, reception. Just recently, some people were burned live in Sokoto State. And I am yet to hear the president make a statement. You know what's going to happen? If such actions continue in such manner and with the leader not saying anything, you will leave people with not option, because people will definitely have an interpretation. People will interpret things based on how it affects them. And so if you don't speak a word, they will form their own opinion, because either way, an opinion must be formed. There must be an interpretation. And when you continue in such manner, they will continue interpreting in their own way. And what that means is that you will get to a point where only few people will be able to say good things about you. So if you want to build a powerful leadership brand, you must control the reception. That's the one you have control over. It means that how you respond good morning to your staff in the morning matters a lot. With smiles on your face, it creates a good interpretation and makes them to form a good opinion about you. I once worked with a man, and when you greet him good morning, sir, in the morning, he will not even respond to you. And then you will go back and be asking yourself, did I do anything wrong? Reception. I once lived with my uncle in Bauchi State, and so anytime the man is coming back, we'll all be scared. But anytime the wife is coming back, everybody will be rejoicing. You know, it was after many years that I sat down and when I started developing this leadership brand, I realized what was happening then. And the truth is, the man might not have known the effects of his actions towards us as of then. He created a brand called fear. So anytime you see him, in fact, the sight of him is the beginning of fear immediately. Whether you have done anything or not, you will be scared about him. Why the wife created a leadership brand? Empathy, concern, I care, I love, I'm here for you. So leadership brand is so powerful in the sense that it affects people's judgment, people's opinion about you, even without your awareness. Again, I said, the only way for you to ensure that people's opinion about you are of good report, of course, everybody will not say good things about you. But you don't want to also get to that point where your leadership brand speaks something negative. Just like my uncle. So you have to control your reception. That's the one you have control over. If you do that consistently, you will create a leadership brand in such a way that the perception that people will have about you will be a good one. Leadership brand conveys your distinctiveness as a leader. There is something that makes Jamie Pajoel different from Sam Adeyemi. That's my own leadership brand. You have yours. We all have brands, like I said, whether we know it or not, whether negative or positive, but you do have a brand. Your leadership brand leaves an impression anywhere you go. Your company, your family, at church, at the mosque, anywhere you go, you're leaving your footprint. And like I said, how to ensure that you leave a good footprint is by controlling the reception. In your reception lies your attitude, lies your behavior, lies your actions, your words. Sometimes I do call my staff. I do that more. I do that often. I would just call them. I said, on a personal note, I am not speaking to you as CEO or as your boss. I am speaking to you as Jamie Pajoel. Tell me, what can you say about me? What can you say about me? Don't tell me the good part. Tell me those parts that you will go back and you'll be like, what kind of man is this? I get those feedbacks and I use them for personal growth, for personal development. Because every day we keep learning. When your leadership brand is so strong, you become a powerful being. Let me use this word. You will be a dangerous person in a positive way. I don't know how that appears to you, but the truth is that you become a leader that anybody wants to be around with. You will command influence in such a way that people will do some things without even knowing why, just because of you. Many times, people have paid for things, maybe for conference, for program, without knowing what they're paying for. They will just pay finish and then they'll call me or send a message. Sir, I just made a payment now. Please, what's that program about? I'm like, you just made a payment without knowing what you're paying for. Some of them are doing it because it's me. Because I've created a powerful and a compelling, in quote, compelling brand that I can get people to do things even if they don't want to do it. Thank God I am using it in a positive way. I am telling you the truth. Thank God that I'm using it to impact life. Thank God I'm using it to advocate for injustice. Thank God I'm using it to be a voice to my generation. If I'm to use it on the other way around, trust me, I can lead an army into doing something they don't want to do. That's how powerful leadership brand can be. You know, when people are just standing by and they're just waiting for you to say a word and they are ready to move. That's how powerful. See, when you get to that level, then you want to be careful of what you do. Because at that point, people can do things just because you are the one. If you are a leader that doesn't have self-discipline, you can mislead a lot of young girls because you can get them to do things that they don't want to do. They will do it because they respect and because it's you. Leadership brand, it's so powerful. And let me tell you something. There's something called mental modeling that I teach. Have you ever asked yourself, what is the leader of Boko Haram using? What is the leader of bandit using? What is it that Nnamdi Kanu is using? Why is he commanding so much influence? There is something called mental modeling in leadership. It was the concept was first developed by these guys, the Aristoteles. They were the first to study the human concept of manipulation. They were the first people to introduce the word politics, known and as polites. They were the first people. This was a time when reasoning was God. They could reason everything out. They were the first people to develop that concept. Now, some people uses it in a negative way, more like what you would call brainwashing, but it's deeper than that. More like what you would call a spell, but it's deeper than that. It's the same thing that I call leadership brands. It is so powerful that it can work for good, it can work for bad. But what I'm teaching you today is how it can work for your own good, not for your own disadvantage. How you can use it to make more impact, to make more income, and to also command influence. Developing your leadership brand. If people aren't sure what to think about you, then it's you don't really have a brand. If they are not sure what to think of you, it means that you don't have a brand. You don't have a picture, a mental picture. You are not in their head. So you need to do all you can to get in people's head. If they're looking for somebody, an IT guy, do they know you? If they're looking for that one person that can get something done, would you come to their mind, to people's mind? Remember what I said before, everybody has a brand. Unfortunately, some people just have negative brand. Some just don't even know. They are not aware. They are suffering from what I call unconscious incompetence. They don't know that they don't know. And the day that they will realize, it will be the beginning of their success in life. Some of us don't know that we have what it takes to command influence, but because of that lack of awareness, we don't even know that we are such powerful beings. You can build up your leadership brand using what? There is something called brand trusts. Brand trusts. You see, Nigeria is a country that is suffering from lack of trust. It's affecting our political system. The government don't trust the youth. The youth don't trust the government. That's why anytime the youth gather, government sends security. We don't know. We are not sure what they will do. Just scatter them. Scatter them. Lack of trust. The government will say, we are going to be building road. Watch the comments. The people don't trust the government. The government don't trust the people. It's affecting businesses. Yes. Why in some developed nations, trust is not that much of an issue? Because there is a system. You can pay somebody money and you are rest assured that that person will come. When we bought a house here in Canada, the guy that furnished the house, in fact, up until the day that the furnitures were delivered, we never got to see the guy. But we paid him. He did the job. He got a van and sent the goods to our house without even we seeing him. But if you are living in Nigeria, you need to, if you are still in Nigeria, you need to understand, or most of some African countries, you need to understand that we are dealing with trust issues. And so even to you as a person, you will have to work 10 times harder to establish what is called brand equity, which I'm going to show you very soon. Nelson Mandela had that brand equity. Brand equity. A lot of people trusted him. He became a powerful leader because people trusted him. And that brings us to something that we need to, as an individual, sit back and ask ourselves, can I be trusted? Like, for real, can I be trusted? Now you need to ask yourself that question. Can you be trusted? If bank mistakenly send 500,000 to your account today, can you refund it? Or if you mistakenly, see $10,000 somewhere without anybody watching, and you know it belongs to somebody, and you could see the IDs there, will you be able to return it? Trust is not just something you do to impress people. Trust is something you do because that's who you are. Because your mind has been modeled in such way. When a leader gets to this level where you have brand equity, you can sell anything. I'm not kidding you. I remember the first time I did one of my books, e-copy. I sold almost more than 1,000 e-copies, more than, of my book. I've gotten to that level where I'm careful about what I present to people, because even some investment opportunities, first of all, I will try them out before recommending, because when I recommend, people will move with speed. Recently, a lady was struggling to get people registered for her products, for her training, her program. And then I posted about her. In one single day, she got 100 people. Now, these people registered, and after making payment to her, they will come to my inbox and say, "Sir, I just registered." You know why they did that? They did that because their loyalty is not to the person. The loyalty is to the person who posted it. But this thing called branding doesn't happen overnight, because it has a lot to do with trust. It has a lot to do with trust, and it takes time. But I can tell you this for free. It's worth building. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. How important is people's trust? Your leadership success, the truth of the matter is that how well people trusted you will impact a whole lot in your life. It will impact your business, your sales, your relationship, and everything. Very quickly, I want to go take you through what I called trends that shapes the leadership brand. Number one is interaction. Interaction. Never you get to that point where you think that social media is not my thing. It should be your thing. Because we literally live and wake up on social media. Education, you can start school and graduate online. Online school, online classes, online graduation. Everything is now going online. Everything is now going online. And where you will find people is online. Community exists there. You can build a 1 million community of people who will trust you. So you can literally say that, oh, it's not my thing. Social interaction is the process whereby leaders mark the word, interpenetrates interpenetrates the minds of people from the comfort of their home or office. Interpenetrates. Social interaction is how you register yourself, your face in people's mind and brain so that when they see you, they can recognize you. The people you call celebrities today, do you know why you call them celebrities? It's simply because they interact with people. Their life practically depends on social interaction. You see them on movies, and those movies are being sent to Netflix. That's a social platform, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Right from the comfort of your home, again, I said, you can make more impact, more money, and you can command attention. You can command influence. I literally cannot stay in a week without interacting with my community. No, it's not possible. There was a program we wanted to do last year. No, this year in August. And due to insecurity in my states, we canceled the program. I opened registration in 2 days. We had 1,500 registration in 2 days. Anybody who can make such call is not a small man. I'm telling you, you might not have so much money, but you need to have so much of influence. You need to. You need to. And time will not permit me to even talk about the business side of influence, because there's a business side to it. There's a business side to influence. The next thing here is authenticity. You see, leadership is felt most when it's authentic. And so people need to connect with you based on who you are. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to live a life that is not true. Vulnerability is key in leadership. Any sound leadership academy will teach you the power of being vulnerable, the power of storytelling. It helps you it helps people connect to you as a person. An authentic leader is someone who has aligned his or her personal purpose with professional purpose. We're going to run because of time. Now, the other one here, the third one is mindful presence. You see, I want to give you an assignment. Go and make a research on it. How can you be there without being there? How can I be felt without being present? If you crack that code, then you would have solved a big problem. How can people feel me without me being there? It's something you need to think about, and you need to go and make a research on. I live in Canada. If I make a call in Imo State now, as of today, anything I want to do, I have people who will do it and use their money to do it. and do it excellently. I am not there, but people can feel my impact. One way to do that is through social interaction. So the leadership, you see, what people define as leadership today is not what we used to call leadership, my friends. I am telling you, if you're a CEO here, you need to understand that leading, the way we lead has changed because everything is changing. You have got to make out time for your staff. You have got to connect. Sometimes when some of my staff that I know that lives, proximity is an issue for them, and we're working on having a staff apartment close to the office. Now I know the things, the traffic, the problem of staying at traffic for so long before they get home. So after work, sometimes I don't do it all the time. I will send them a message. I will call. Have you gotten home? You will say, oh no, sir, I'm still in traffic. Okay, let me keep you busy while you for 10 minutes. You must be able to go out of your way. Leadership is not about you getting people to do what is important for you. Leadership is also you committing to do what is important for people. That's the new leadership. It's not just about you getting people to do what is important for you. Get the job done. I don't care how you do it. You must care. Except you just want to exist and not live. Leadership, my own definition of leadership, you want to hear it? Leadership is an invitation to contribute and not to consume. And if you're not contributing, you will be consumed by covetousness. Leadership is an invitation to contribute. So you must go beyond seeing yourself as the CEO, beyond seeing yourself as the boss, to start seeing yourself as a leader. There was a time one of my staff did something that warranted me firing her. The boss in me said fire, the leader in me said nurture. I choose nurture. And she ended up being one of the best till today. In August, when I came to Nigeria, she traveled away from Ogun State. She bought gift for me. Most of the people that are no longer working with us today are still in the family. That's so much of a powerful influence that I have over them. One of them still work with Int'l and still work with us. She went somewhere one day to represent the company, and somebody was asking her, I thought you're no longer working with Vantage. She said, no, Vantage forever. You know why? She's connected to the person of the leader, not just the organization. So what are we talking about here? We're still building on leadership brand. Mindful presence is very important in today's dispensation. If you want to be an effective leader, you must be there. But the question is, how can you be there? How can people feel your impact without you being there? That's why I say go and make that research, because time will not permit us to teach that. How can people feel me without me being there? I've come to realize that what people hold as leadership, effective leadership, is different from what Harvard has described as leadership. And there was this World Cup, I think it was the president of Kuwait, I'm not so sure, a female, and during when her country was playing, she went there, she was holding an umbrella for someone, And then the picture went viral. People started saying, "This is leadership. This is leadership." What did she do? She just went there and stood with one of the team players. I think she was holding the umbrella or something. What people interpret as effective leadership is not what you have read in John Maxwell leadership, because times has changed. So you need to understand where the trend is going if you want to become relevant in today's reality. Inclusiveness is about putting people at the center of your decision, making sure that people opinion matters. Now, this is going to be the last, and before we go for today, right? This is about metrics of a successful leadership brand, because anything you cannot measure is not sustainable. Anything you cannot measure is not sustainable. How do you know if this is working? How do you know when this has happened? So, right, there are some questions that are going to help you. Number one here is you're going to look at what are your retention rates showing. Retention rate, it could be in so many things. Retention rate in terms of relationship, in terms of staffing, in terms of connection with people. If the retention rate is showing red, it means you meet people today and tomorrow they disengage. It means that there is a problem. What's the tone of the media coverage you get? Admiring or concern? What's the mode in social media? How do your customers and others talk about you? Recently I saw a picture of somebody posted. He was trying to say, okay, these are the men that I admire, and then he put on a many pictures. He put somebody else's picture, and then he put my picture. Those things serves as metrics for you to know. For somebody to wake up and both of you did not talk that day, and the next thing the person posted you, it means that the person is thinking about you. It means that you exist, you're living in their mind. What's the take up on your new product release? So if you put out something today and say, "Oh, people, I'm releasing this," how will people respond to it? How often do people cite you as a positive example to others? An example is what I just said right now. Are you getting the prize for what you do? How to know, one of the ways to know when you have such a powerful leadership brand, if people if people want to invite you, or if people want to come to you to engage for your service, are they going to price you so much low, or are they going to price you based on the value they know that you're worth? What do others see in you that they try to copy? Recently I was telling my wife about somebody. We both know the guy. I mean, there's some other people, the way I did I branded myself Jamie Pajoel International, and then he branded himself something international. Like, you could see similarities and everything. I was just laughing. The other guy was so open. He wanted to start a real estate company. He just went and duplicated everything. He called me and said, "Sir, I copied you." I couldn't help but started laughing. So when you get to that point where people want to copy what you're doing, it means that you're doing something right. What are the reviewed sites? What are the reviewed sites are saying about you? These are some of the things that by the time, if you remember when we started, I said, go on Google, put in your name. What is Google saying about you? If Google is not saying anything about you, it means that you have more work to do. All right. 3 principles of brand leadership that never fails. Sell something. Sell something people actually want. People want trust. Sell it. When you sell trust, People will queue up. Deliver consistently and excellently on your promise, and people will come back. Do it better than other leaders, and people will tell others about you. Do it better than other people. The result is that people will tell others about you. With this viewpoint of mine, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I've not been able to confuse you, but to convince you on the need for you to build a powerful and a compelling leadership brand. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure sharing my wealth of experience with you today. I'm looking at how to stop my sharing. Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know if we are taking questions today, but it's been a pleasure and I enjoyed myself. Anytime I get to talk like this, I feel this energy in me. All right. Thank you so much,
Oh
everybody.
yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I couldn't even stop yourself. In short, I even will continue to 8 o'clock today. Like we just have to eat this thing once and for all.
Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. This is so, so, so good. This is so, so good. I'm so grateful for pouring your heart out. I know this is a master class on its own, that people pay a lot of
Mm,
money to attend and get stuff out of it. I know that, but you've chosen to give us this stuff today. Thank you so, so much. I am so grateful. This is supposed to have ended since 7 o'clock. It's
wow.
7:31.
Are you kidding? Oh my God. Apologies, please. That's why I don't like to come.
you know, it is 7:31. I was just enjoying myself. I was just like, this is good. This is good stuff. I
Thank
have to
you.
put it out there that this is really so good. I have a couple of things there, but there are just a few ones that struck me. I like, man, you got to work. You have a lot of work to do. Yeah, you said without visibility, you only exist. You're not living. That's
Mm,
powerful. That's strong.
yeah.
That's really, really strong. That's another one you said, people aren't sure what to think about you. You don't have a brand. But the first one was so strong and punching. Like, without visibility, you only exist. You're not living. I wrote it down in capital letters. I was like, wow. But this is what I talk about all the time, and I'm working on seriously, and this is so good. I have a lot of
Thank
comments in the comment section. I'm just going to post it so that you can see it. I know you can read some of them there. All right, these are just what's coming on. Thank you so much, Janine. We enjoy the presentation, and we have learned a lot about leadership and personal brand. All right.
thank you.
Benita here says, thank you, sir.
Thank
And
you.
then someone that joined from YouTube says, research to make. How can people, okay, this is a question. How can people feel my presence even in my absence?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was the assignment I gave them.
All right. Okay, so that's a research that they should
Yeah.
make. How do people feel the presence in their absence? So this is really good stuff. I'm so grateful. We need to
Thank
call this off. I know they are
All
posting
right.
because I've asked them to post questions, but I think you were taking it bit by bit, showing it, dropping it, and it was just flowing. And I believe everyone has gotten this very, very
Thank you
well.
so
Gotten this
much,
very, very well.
everybody. I
I'm so
appreciate.
grateful.
All
Yeah,
right.
many thanks. Let me post one more. Yeah, many thanks from Ofo Banks. Many thanks, sir. Every minute counted. That's what I just said. Every minute
Thank
was
you.
really like a punch. You're just
Thank
dropping
you.
it.
Appreciate.
Yeah, thank you
All
so much. I
right.
believe. Yeah, thank you, sir. I need to allow you go. We're gonna do this around again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wow, I believe this is so so good. This is so 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 good. So 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 good. So 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 good. If you missed these sections, if you missed these summits, it's your fault. It's not my fault. I've done my part. All right, I've done my part by putting this together. These are people who charge thousands of US dollars just to Canadian dollars just to show up. All right, I've been able to bring them here to share with us how you can actually position yourself, make 2022 a better year. I am doing my part. Okay, I'm working hard at it, and I'm also helping other people to do the same thing. So, if you really want to make your 2022 a better year than it was 2021, You need to take this and listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, so if you want to know how you want to get this, please jump in on the link you use to register. There's a landing page there. I think down at the page, down on the page there, I shared how you can actually get the recordings of this to listen to it over and over again. Also, you can, or if you, I believe we all got mails. So I shared also on your mail, I think last yesterday, today, how you can actually get these recordings so you can listen to them over and over again. For me, this is something I need to listen and work intentionally to be to achieve better brand visibility and of course influence in 2022 and beyond. So I want to thank Jermaine again for the opportunity. Thank you, Yinka, me, and Suyinka for that punch too. It was really an awesome time. We need to call this off uh, immediately. All right, we need to call this immediately. But tomorrow is going to be another time. Tomorrow we're going to be having five sections, three sections in the morning. But those three sections is going to take about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then we have the evening section closing. Hey, if you miss anything, don't miss the evening section. Osman Abdurrahim is going to be here to give us something. How do you make money? All right. So if you follow Steve Harris, all right, Osman is one of the gentlemen that is a part of the MBT. All right, he's been a part of the MBT. Right, he's a business consultant. He's going to be teaching us good stuff. Good stuff. If you miss anything, all right, don't miss tomorrow evening. The morning section is also going to be it's going to be powerful. We're going to be having three sections, all right, in the morning, very back-to-back sections. We're going to be having release, all right, release one man on fire. It's going to be lighting up the atmosphere tomorrow. He's going to be talking about relationships. Okay, I don't want to share in this video right now about that, all right, because we've taken too long on this video. But we're going to be having him talk about how you can build relationships beyond borders, and also I have former motor talking about your relationship. Sorry, not your relationship now. Your temperament and your personal brand. For some people, they believe because they are very, very introverted, they cannot be able to build influence globally. Some believe they are very extroverted. Yes, they can, but because of the little character and leadership traits that is in there that they have to build, they're able to do that. So, depending on your temperament, you can work on so many areas to be able to build your brand very, very well. So, Fumi Motosho is going to be sharing that. He's the behavioral coach. He's going to be sharing how you can actually do that. And then we'll be having um, one of my mentees here, one of Mary Markinde, someone that has been passed through, I've seen doing great things, passed through some sections, and it's just a time for her to just go out there and then build visibility. So, they're speaking for the first time on this platform and the Brand Visibility and Influence Summit. You don't want to miss out. She's talking about your purpose and your personal brand. So tomorrow, please don't miss out for anything. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be jammed. All right, it's going to be jammed. So you need to get some data. Please go get some data. All right, if you need to plan your time, please do that. If you need to go somewhere, carry your earpiece around and just listen to this over and over again. Make sure you don't miss out on any bit of what's going to be happening tomorrow back to back. All right, this is all for you. I want to make my 2022 a better year. I have goals to achieve. I have bigger goals to achieve. I have to squeeze this. This must be done this year. All right. I have bigger goals, and I believe that you want to make it 2022 a better year too. So please ensure that you bring as many people that you can. Ensure that you register, jump in on those sections, jump in on YouTube or jump in on the community. If I were you, I invite more people into the community sticking right here. Invite them to come in here, all right, and get the benefits, get the value that we're sharing today. Thank you so much, everyone who's been a part of today. Thank you, everyone who's made comments, were engaged. I think the engagement was a bit lesser on this section because we were listening. I understand that, all right? But let's engage more. Those who have engaged, thank you. Those who have dropped by, thank you. Those who have engaged in the post, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being a part. We're going to do this again and again and again and again. And I believe at the end of the day, you will be better for it. Thank you so much. And we have to go right now. Bye bye.